Hey guys, it's Epic here, and with a brand new season of content set to release for Borderlands 3, I wanted to make this video to share with you all what my ideal Season Pass 2 would look like. I encourage anyone watching this to jump on board with this theme and make their own videos or posts talking about what they would like to see in their ideal Season 2 and share them with me over on Twitter at EpicNNG or in the comments section down below. Before we start the video though, I just want to say that I am in no way bashing Gearbox's current plans for Season 2 of BO3, but rather giving my personal list of what I believe would make a year 2 a must play for players that perhaps have left the series due to the rocky start that this game had in its first year. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. So starting off, my roadmap for Season 2 would be the return of Headhunters, but most importantly, the return of Mercenary Day. That's right, in this brand new Headhunter pack, you'll be traveling back to the treacherous town of Gingerton to face off with the evil Father Kilmus the Invincible himself, along with 3 new side missions and a whole bunch of new gear to farm for. You'll also gain access to the Headhunter tab in your inventory, a tab very similar to the event tab in which you'll be able to earn rewards for finding secrets, killing enemies, and much more. Now, before we talk about anything else in this video, let me be clear that all of these headhunters will be available to purchase separately for just $10 for non-season pass owners should they decide to not buy them. The next thing I want to talk about is a complete rework of the takedown system. That's right, I'm tossing a huge curveball at you guys here because in my Season 2 there will be no new content for at least a month and a half after December. Instead, a rework to the takedown system which introduces a mission reward system in which completing the takedown on True Takedown mode will now reward you with one of the random takedown specific drops at the end of it will be in its place. And once True Takedown mode is beaten, a digi-skip portal can be opened in the starting area for 500 iridium. This portal will have numerous options available depending on where in the takedown you want to skip to, allowing players more freedom over how they choose to play the game. This change, however, is totally free and not exclusive to the Season 2 pass. Then following the takedown rework is an announcement from Gearbox themselves which states that by September of 2021 we will be seeing a complete overhaul of the anointment system. The overhaul in question will be option 3 from my anointment change video, which if you have not seen I will link in the description down below. I highly recommend you go and check it out. But the reason why this change would come at the end of year 2 is because of how big of a change it is. However, this change will also be completely free for all players, much like the takedown rework. However, a change which won't take as long is an option to disable modifiers completely for the Mayhem mode, which will release shortly after the takedown changes update. Along with this change will come a new rarity into the game called the Mayhem rarity. This rarity is an amber and red colored loot beam, and the items within this rarity can only be dropped from bosses on Mayhem 10. Current Mayhem weapons will transition to the Mayhem rarity, significantly reducing the already crowded legendary rarity. And speaking of legendaries, the current world drop rate will be drastically reduced to match the rates of BL2 in order to make the rarity sought after once more. Now, everything I have just mentioned again will be 100% free, barring any new Mayhem weapons added to the game from that point onward. Any existing Mayhem gear you own, however, will be yours to keep and farm as you wish. Now, let's get into some new content. Releasing by April of 2021, we will see a new takedown and the debut of a truly terrifying discovery as Tannis asks for your help to take down a brand new invincible boss. Firstly though, let's start with the takedown itself, which is going to be titled Takedown of the Vladof War Machine. That's right, for Borderlands 3's third takedown, players are going to be fighting an army of mechanized Vladof cyborg soldiers. Everything from walking tank hounds to rabid commandos. This takedown will have you gritting your teeth as you fight your way to the end of a brutal level, summarizing in a grueling fight with Blunderblitz the Invincible. But that's not all, because dropping just 1 week later is the unearthing of something truly dangerous, as Patricia Tannis sends you to the Ascension Bluff on Pandora to investigate a disturbance in the sands. So, 1 takedown and 1 classic style raid boss, only 1 week apart and both of them totally replayable to your heart's content. This will be locked behind the Season 2 pass, but don't worry, there is a lot more free content to come. And one of those things will be launching just 1 month later, and that is a total rework of the TVHM game mode, and here to help you through it all is a brand new Vault Hunter. Now whilst I don't have the complete Vault Hunter to pitch to you all, I will say that the concept for the Vault Hunter in question is a laser focused Iridian assassin which uses its acrobatic abilities to run circles around the opposition. This Vault Hunter is perfect for cutting off areas of rooms with ease and getting the height advantage on enemies below them. This content is also locked behind the Season 2 pass, but not the TVHM reworks, which we'll talk about now. For the TVHM changes, Mayhem mode will now be locked exclusively to the completion of the TVHM game mode, as will the new Mayhem rarity weapons, which will require a final mission completion from TVHM in order to be equipped. But TVHM isn't the only thing that's going to be receiving some much needed love, as all playthroughs will now feature a dialogue skip option and an alternate purchase option for SDU slots in the form of Iridium. So following what is undoubtedly an incredible start to the season, the main focus goes on balancing and hotfixing for a month or so in order to maintain stability through and through. But don't get too comfortable, as in the meantime you'll also be dropping into a brand new Headhunter pack in which you are tasked with saving none other than Fiona from the grasps of a rogue spy using an old S&S munitions factory as a hideout. This Headhunter will not only feature 3 new missions and more tasks for your Headhunter tab, but the return of the S&S munitions gun manufacturer, which will now don a fancy bayonet attachment on all of their weaponry, granting bonuses to your Vault Hunter's melee damage, melee range, and melee speed. This Headhunter, much like Mercenary Day, will be locked behind the Season Pass, but is also available for separate purchase for only $10. Next up, by July, players can expect 3 new Proving Grounds, all of which will reward brand new legendaries and Mayhem tier items for their completion. This will include even more class mods, brand new Jacob's pistols, rifles, and shotguns, and a new set of shields perfect for endgame activities. These Proving Grounds, whilst they are Season Pass locked, can be bought separately for just $2.50 each. Now, in anticipation of September's anointment rework, August will debut numerous anointment balances and reworks, including the removal and addition of some anointments in the game for a better pool as a whole. And we end off a truly crazy season with a truly crazy individual, as Crazy Earl will be doing some renovations to his abode with a brand new machine called the Mayhem Machine, which will allow players to pay Iridium to reroll anointments on Mayhem exclusive gear only. Put in the item you want to reroll and pay 750 Iridium to roll between 3 random anointments on your weapon. And to top all of this off, those 2 final changes will be free to all players in Borderlands 3. So there you guys go, that's my ideal Season 2 roadmap for Borderlands 3. I wanted to not only include fan requests, but also fan service for those who do not wish to pay for a second Season Pass, whilst also making the pass worth buying for those who choose to. Let me know what you think of my ideas in the comment section down below, and please feel free to come up with and share your own ideas whilst you're at it too. And with that being said, I really hope you guys are as excited for Season 2 as I am, and I hope you all have a nice day.